Most people will never figure this out. They'll go through life thinking being smart means remembering facts, quoting books, or getting straight A's. But deep down, you know something's off, because you've seen people with degrees make unwise decisions, and people with high IQs crumble under pressure. And you've wondered, if they're so knowledgeable, why do they seem to miss the point of living wisely? Here's the truth: real intelligence isn't about knowing more. It's about seeing differently. It's about thinking in a way most people never even consider. And today, you're going to learn how. These 5 mental shifts don't just make you smarter on paper, they make you more effective, more peaceful, and more aligned with the truth. They help you find that calm, quiet power that comes not from ego, but from clarity. Let's begin. 1. Don't argue to win. Ask to understand. Most conversations devolve into a debate, a subtle battle to prove who is right. It's a courtroom where both sides are lawyers, and nobody is the judge. But truly intelligent people don't play that game. They aren't trying to win the point, they're trying to see the whole picture. They don't need to win. They have a deeper need to understand. So, they ask questions born of genuine curiosity. What makes you feel that way? What result are you actually hoping for? Have you considered this other angle? They stay calm. They stay curious. And because they aren't attacking, people feel safe to open up. And when people feel safe, the truth gently shows itself. That's the secret. You don't change minds by overpowering them. You inspire change by understanding them. And that's what wise people actually do. 2. Don't obsess over the moment. Zoom out and see the system. Most of us treat a failure like a full stop, a final verdict on our worth. We mess up a presentation and we spiral. We get rejected and we shut down. But intelligent minds see failure differently. They don't take it personally because they see it's not the end of the story. They don't even call it failure. They call it feedback. They ask, what led to this outcome? What is the larger pattern at play here? What can I adjust for the next cycle? They treat life like a garden, not a battlefield. Sometimes a seed doesn't sprout, but that isn't a tragedy, it's just feedback from the soil. Zoom out far enough, and you realize nothing is final. Everything is just information for growth. That's how wise people evolve. They learn faster because they don't waste energy on shame. They're too busy tending to their system. 3. Filter everything through one simple question: is this in my control? The human mind can easily become a storm of anxieties about things it cannot change. The traffic, the weather, another person's mood, the news. The more we try to control the uncontrollable, the more our inner peace erodes. Smart people preserve their energy. They filter every worry through one simple, clarifying question: is this truly within my control? If yes, they take thoughtful action. If no, they practice the art of letting go. They don't spiral into hypotheticals. They slice through the noise with acceptance. That calm energy you feel from centered people? It comes from a ruthless focus on their own actions and a graceful surrender to everything else. True power isn't controlling the world but mastering ourselves. For we get comfortable with silence. Ever noticed how uncomfortable silence can make people? We often rush to fill it, with jokes, with noise, with anything to escape the quiet. Truly intelligent people understand that silence isn't empty. It's a space for listening. They listen more than they speak. They let the moment breathe. They know that in conversation, the person who talks the least often learns the most. The less reactive you are, the more you can truly perceive. Silence is a form of strength. It makes people feel heard. It reveals the subtle truths that loud words often miss. And most of all, it keeps you centered and in control of your own presence. 5. Don't react. Observe. Someone says something that triggers you. The instinct is to snap back. Life throws a curveball. The instinct is to panic. That is the mind on autopilot. Smart people practice pausing. In the space between the trigger and the response, they find their freedom. They pause. They breathe. They watch their own internal reaction without judgment. They calculate a wise response rather than launching an emotional one. That tiny pause, that moment of observation, is where wisdom is born. It gives you leverage, insight, clarity. Reacting is easy and unconscious. Observing is a skill and it is power. Because when you pause, you see what reactive people miss. You become the calm center of your own storm. You see, true intelligence isn't a measure of what you've learned. It's a way of being. You don't need a PhD. You don't need to be the loudest or fastest. You just need to shift how you think. Ask instead of argue. Zoom out instead of panicking. Focus only on what you can control. Embrace the silence. Observe before you react. That is the path to real clarity. Most people won't walk it. They'll keep rushing, overreacting, and draining their own power. But if you start building these mental habits, you won't just feel smarter. You will be smarter, calmer, sharper, and truly unshakable. If this resonated with you, don't just scroll away. Like this video if it sparked something within you. Comment below with the words, "Quiet Power," so I know you're on this path. And subscribe, because this is just the beginning of unlocking the real you.